Ethan, I will start with you tonight. I just wanted to get your overall thoughts on the Rams, how they're sitting at 9-2. Do you expect them to finish in the 1 seed? And yeah, take it away.
Mhm. I still don't know if they're a lock for the 1 seed. I mean, it's to be determined how the rest of the season goes for the Eagles, but considering that the Eagles have the tiebreaker, they only have to finish with the same record. So, that makes it a little tougher for the Rams to be firmly in the spot. But I think that if I had to guess, I guess I would probably say that they're still going to end the season in the 1 seed. I think that they do look really good. To be determined because they really haven't had a super deep playoff run since the first Super Bowl year. Like they haven't made it past the divisional round since then, right?
Yeah, I don't believe so.
So yeah, I don't know. I think that they could if they get the 1 seed. I mean, you start off in the divisional round. So I think that I don't know. I don't want to say that I think that they're the best team in the NFC, but I mean, right now they look like it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, and I know Tampa's injured, and we talked about it a little bit about how the Buccaneers are just trying to scrape together at this point because they're unable to stay healthy. Baker's missing a lot of weapons, and Baker himself is injured at this point. But it was just a massacre on Sunday night. The Rams put the foot to the Buccaneers' throat early, and they didn't let up. And then Baker was out at half, and that was pretty much all she wrote. So they cruised the rest of the game. Mason, I'll go over to you. Just kind of a little bit of a takeaway from Sunday night and how the Rams are essentially dominating the NFC at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear that they should be the betting favorites, and they are the betting favorites to make the Super Bowl at this point. Looking at their schedule, there's not really much that, I mean, they would have to. Yeah, they would have to lose a game at this point, and the Eagles would have to win out. The only 2 games on their schedule that I guess they could potentially lose would be the Lions in mid-December, but that game's at home, and right now the Lions don't look that awesome. Obviously, they're dealing with some injuries as well, but I don't really trust the Lions to beat the Rams at this point, the way both those teams look. And then the week after that, they have Seattle in, I believe, is that a Monday night game? Thursday night game in Seattle. So that's definitely a losable game. But at this point, I mean, the only team that I really think is competing for that 1 seed are the Eagles, and they're very shaky right now. So I think at this point they look like they're going to be locked up in that 1 seed, and then we'll see. I think at this point the only thing that's really going to derail them, in my mind, is a significant injury. And to me, it would have to be Matt Stafford. I think even if like one of their weapons, like Puka Nacua or Devontae Adams, went down, I think with so many weapons on that offense, and especially those 2 big guys, they would still have enough to go around. On the way Matt Stafford's playing right now, I think he could just throw it to anybody and it would work. So, barring that, I think they're looking like pretty good favorites right now.
All right, Kyle, throw it over to you. What are your thoughts on the Rams at this point in the season?
Yeah, I think the 1 seed's basically locked up because, as Mason said, the only one that can really compete with them for it are the Eagles, and the Eagles are dog shit right now. So, I mean, I don't know if we can bank on the Eagles winning out to end the season when they start up by the 7-win Bears and the 7-win Bills. So, I mean, in terms of 1 seed, I think that's pretty much locked up because, even now, like, look at the 2 differences between the teams. The Rams are firing on all cylinders. They got an electric offense. They got a young defense that's flying around the ball. They're turning trash into treasure with Emmanuel Forbes. So, like, they just have it this year. Like, Emmanuel Forbes, before he came to the Rams, he was basically casted out of the league. They said, all right, you're done. You're too light.
Every time.
Yeah, exactly. You're too light. You're too short, all that kind of stuff. But then he stepped up. The Rams gave him a shot, and they said, we got to roll for you. And now he looks like legit. So that's basically what the Eagles did last year with Zach Bond. So I said it before, but, yeah, the Rams this year's Eagles. And I think they're just going to keep rolling all the way to the 1st seed. And then I don't know about to the Super Bowl because you never know. The NFC East does look like a bloodbath. So a team's getting healthy and maybe figuring shit out. Maybe it's not as easy as people think, but I think it's a good shot for the Rams to represent the NFC. So and Stafford's definitely winning MVP. They've already fired up the narratives.
Yeah, it's like the legacy award at this point for
exactly.
him too.
So they're They're 100% because I already see the media outlets like, oh, look at Stafford so far, yada yada yada. So like once you start seeing those things, it's on the horizon.
If they finish the 1 seed and Stafford wins MVP, barring like I guess an exit in that first matchup that they have, do we think Stafford is building his case for the Hall of Fame at this point? Like he had the Super Bowl a few years ago that legitimized it more.
Probably
He wins
not.
the Super Bowl.
He already has the numbers to support it, so now it's just the
Yeah.
accolades that he needs. Which, yeah,
Every QB that wins 2 Super Bowls has made the Hall of Fame except for like Eli. So like,
And Eli will
Stafford-
probably get it eventually.
Eli probably will get it.
Yeah,
Stafford,
I
I
think
think after his not this past week, but the week before, just got above 500 for a career record. So
Yeah, like
I
that's
feel like
like
that does have to hurt.
he had the stats with the Lions to do it, but just the team around him, I think, depressed his resume for so long that like
Yeah,
he's
the
making up
Lions
for the
are-
lost time with the Rams.
the lines are so ass that I have no doubt that the voters are going to be like, or
yeah. I feel like the
They're
voters
gonna-
would. Yeah,
They're gonna be like, yeah, we understand. We're actually surprised we even made it that far and actually salvaged your career with wins.
We're
at the
surprised
end.
that you actually made the playoffs like 3 times with them.
Yeah. So I think they'll give him a little footnote where like, oh, we got you.
Actually, with that win on Sunday, he has the same amount of wins as Eli now. He's
really?
He's 117, 115, and 1. Eli was 117 and 117. So
Yeah, so he literally has a better
Wow.
record than Eli,
perfectly
Perfectly
mid.
even.
and he was an
Now,
L for 10 years.
Eli got 4 Pro Bowls. Stafford only has 2, which
He'll
with
get one
that's
the
of
way
those
that Pro
crazy.
Bowls get tossed around these days.
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I think, I mean, if they
Only
win the
one
Super
more
Bowl this year,
Super
he's a lock. Him and McVay, I think, at that point become one of the greatest duos we've seen in a while. I know people were talking about Hurst Sirianni, if they were able to win a second one,
Yeah.
would be considered one of those duos, even though they probably don't like each other. I mean, Belichick and Brady didn't get along, and they won 6 together. So
Give Hurts a real offensive genius and see how far we go. We'll be talking about 5 peats. But no, we gotta deal with terrorists in Philly.
I was saying, wasn't Pat Mahomes the first quarterback to win MVP and then win the Super Bowl in the same year? Wasn't that a thing for a while, like the MVP
yes,
curse?
the MVP curse. Yep.
Yeah,
And who
because
was
Matt
was that?
Ryan.
What was that, like 2021 or was that 22? Oh, it must have been
It was
22 because he beat
it
out
was their second
Hurts.
Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because he beat out Hurts because Hurt got injured at the end of the
Oh, Brady
season.
won it that
He won
year.
MVP. Did he?
I'm mixing Wentz. I'm mixing up Wentz.
Yeah, 2022 Mahomes won the
Yeah.
MVP.
Wentz
and
lost to Brady the same
Because
way.
it should have been Jalen, and then he got injured for like 2 or 3 games, and then they just gave it to Mahomes again, and then he beat him in the Super Bowl. I think that was the first time though. I think before that was like a thing where like nobody
It
had
hadn't
won.
happened since like Elway or something like that.
So yeah, Matt Stafford, take your
Earl
MVP,
Davis.
and then you could hold this L in the NFC Championship game.
Okay, it's not
Beautiful
happening.
point.
Nothing showed in that Cowboys game that we're going to do anything.
Mhm.
They script the first 15 plays beautifully. And
You know,
they go back to Fred Flintstone with the feet on the ground driving the car. That's what it feels like watching that shit.
I did think about that. It is such a polar opposite from last. Sorry to transition into Eagles ball here, but it is such a polar opposite from
We're
last
taking over
year
the pod.
because last year they couldn't score for like 3 quarters. Everybody was like, "How can you not script the first 15 plays? This is so god awful." And now it is the exact opposite this year, where they
Didn't
just
they
build a
take,
big
like,
lead,
to, like,
and then they
week
need
9
to
score
actually like
touchdowns
use their
first quarter.
brains, and then it's impossible.
Sounds like a team I know. Can't score in the beginning of a game, scores all their points late.
Yeah,
plays
well,
elite
Eagles
defense.
won a Super Bowl doing it, so you're in good shape apparently.
Apparently so. Broncos. Well, I don't know if you guys saw the clip.
Right.
Oz the Great, the mentalist or whatever that
Yeah.
goes to like every NFL team now, did a thing with the Rams recently, and he did it with Devontae Adams, and he had Devontae guess what the Super Bowl was going to be in his mind, and he guessed it, and it was Rams Broncos.
Mm.
So
what
know,
is it? Just
coming
Rams
up.
versus an orange team every
So-
time?
I guess. Isn't the Super Bowl
Bengals
logo
are
blue this
still in
year? Isn't it like heavily blue?
It's a lot
Yeah,
of
I think it's
colors,
in
isn't it?
San
Like blue,
Francisco.
green, and pink, and
Interesting.
people are saying lions.
We'll keep that one in mind. But yeah,
Peace.
no, they're dead.
They're still the betting favorite in the AFC. I checked
which
to
is
make sure.
nuts. Which is nuts.
No one believes in
Dude.
the bum ass Broncos, bro. Be real.
The Broncos only need
You
to
don't have to
lose
lose the
like
Broncos, but
I saw
don't
it today.
think
The Broncos need to lose like They need to go like 2-2 in this next stretch and lose to like one AFC team, and then the Chiefs can win out and they'll win the division. It's
Yeah,
gonna
they'd have to
happen.
go 2-4 with the additional AFC loss for the Chiefs to then leap them for the division.
Easy.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Broncos get the either broken arm Jaden Daniels on Sunday or they get Marcus Mariota. So
Are they
we'll
really going to start Jaden Daniels? I was thinking
They're-
about that for
he's
those games later in
practicing.
the year. Man,
they're gonna get him killed.
Commanders deserve for him to get injured again.
We were talking about it off screen.
He's only a second-year guy, so like you gotta give him the reps. And I mean,
he would die. The Broncos lead the
I
league
don't
in
know,
every
man.
defensive quarterback stat.
The
Hits,
Broncos.
pressures, sacks.
Yeah,
Wait, is that in Denver?
It's in Washington.
What they look like against Jalen Hurts?
They don't have a home field advantage, actually. Come on.
No, they don't have. They hardly have a home. The Commanders.
Exactly.
No, there is a home field advantage because the thing will attack you. So Jalen Hurts walking through the tunnel, thing collapsed, almost killed him. So that's home field advantage.
Yeah, if the Commanders are smart, they would just let Jaden Daniels sit the rest of the season and call it quits, tank for a better pick, and go back out next year.